we're going to be talking about 40 under 40 nominations. And I've got Sharita and I've got Tyler here from Southeast Texas Young Professional Organization. And y'all have nominated. First of all, how many years has this been going on, Sharita?
About 8 years now.
Okay. I didn't realize it had been going on that long. And so tell people a little bit about the premise of it. And also, I know that nominations have just opened up.
Yeah, that's right. The deadline is August the 13th. So you want to be sure to get those nominations in as soon as possible for the big celebration that's going to be taking place at the Jefferson Theater on November 5th. And this is a joint effort between the Southeast Texas Young Professionals Organization, the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and the Beaumont Enterprise for this annual event. And we want to honor the best and brightest that are aged 21 to 39 in the community. And there's so many things that you're going to get to do to promote yourself and promote your company that's great for branding, like a photo shoot, media campaigns on television and radio. And we're looking for those people that they're an industry leader. They have academic achievements, professional success, and community involvement.
Well, and I've been to one in the past, and I know they're really cool events. And for example, both of y'all are professionals here in town. So let's talk a little bit about who y'all are and your personal, a little bit about your personal story and the benefit that y'all have already received.
So my name's Sharita Gardner, and I'm with Mobile Oil Credit Union in the marketing department. I'm a business development rep, but I actually worked at the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce for 5 years. So I was a past 40 under 40 recipient as well as the staff liaison to the YPO organization. I think it's awesome. It's the only event in the city where they recognize young professionals for what they're doing, not only in their careers, but in our community. So what better way to keep those young professionals in our area by uplifting them and honoring them once a year. So we want everybody to send in their nominations. If your company wants to be involved, we'd love to have you as a sponsor. And there are so many ways to get involved with YPO and 40 under 40.
Well, and you, I know you've benefited professionally just because for one reason, of course, working at the chamber, you get to meet a lot of people and network. But networking as a young professional or just a professional in general is one of the biggest challenges to do, be able to meet people and connect with them on a different level rather than just, hey, how you doing?
You know, we just came from an event this morning called Breakfast with the Boss. And it was Carol Ebert from BASF Total, and she said, the networking connections that I made 20 years ago still play a role in my career today.
Sure.
I am not a local here, so I just came here to go to Lamar. So I didn't have the group of family and friends or people in the community that I knew. So YPO definitely was a platform for me to get out there and get to know people in Southeast Texas. It's led to the job I have now, and I'm sure so many more opportunities that I'll be able to have in the future, like being on this show with you today.
Well, we appreciate you, and I know you're doing a great job, and I know that that YPO, the Beaumont Chamber, and the Beaumont Enterprise do a great job of promoting this. And as you say, it gives people exposure in areas they wouldn't normally get exposure in.
Yeah, that's right. And we're looking for everybody for business, law, real estate, nonprofits, education, healthcare, arts, entertainment, and then my favorite category, the young entrepreneurs.
Right.
You know what they do? They wake up Monday morning and they say, let's get this bread. That's millennial talk for money.
I was needing some help there. But and Tyler, tell people a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm Tyler Troutman, and my main career is Comfort Controls, regional sales manager. And so at Comfort Controls, we design and install building automation systems. So a lot of your newer, larger buildings, they have all of their air conditioning and lighting all tied to a central cloud-based computer system that a manager can go through, look on their smartphone or tablet and control remotely, even if it's in different cities.
Wow.
And so there's some really, we're taking smart buildings and turning them into genius buildings. and then for my volunteer side of things, I serve on the steering committee for the Southeast Texas Young Professionals Organization as the communications chair. And I love the access that YPO gives me, because you can't just go up to a large business and say, hey, I'd like to sit down with the CEO or the president of a company. But with YPO, you get that access with Breakfast with the Boss, right, and some of the networking events that we get. And so that's one thing that makes the value of Southeast Texas Young Professionals so high.
Well, I know I got to do the breakfast with the boss when it was at the Rio Honors College.
Yeah, that's right. A
Yeah.
couple years ago.
Yeah, and it was a great experience, and a lot of fine young people involved in it. And also, I want to commend you. I know you've got a podcast going, so let's go ahead and plug that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another one of my side hustles. I'm host of the Tyler Knows Everything podcast, where the nose is crossed out because I always want to learn more. There's so many interesting people here in Southeast Texas that you can learn from everyone. Just from whenever you were Breakfast with the Boss, I found out so many things about you that I didn't know, and so many things that I could take away and learn through business development. That you, just as now being in mortgage lending,
Right.
you had so many other things that you did in the past,
Right.
that led you to where you are now.
Well, and you know what y'all are all talking about right here. I mean, I think it's the key to having a more abundant life because it is about the relationships. One reason I love doing this radio show is I get to connect, like exactly what you're talking about, Tyler. You get to know more about people than you ordinarily do in life. And in our busy lives, I mean, you may talk to somebody every day and really not know much about them.
True.
And it can almost even seem awkward at times in certain environments if you try to start getting into it, because you know we're a culture where we can be really paranoid about, well, why are they asking this? I mean, we share a lot of things on social media, but when people start asking, sometimes we feel uncomfortable. But you get in an environment that invites that, and it really allows you to get to know people on entirely different levels and find those things that you share in common that you might have never known that you shared in common with somebody.
Sure. I tell people all the time, there's far less interesting content on reality TV that people are obsessed with
Right.
than somebody that's in your own backyard. Everybody has something that you can learn from.
That is true. And so let's make sure everybody knows how to nominate those 40 under 40. And, you know, you may be thinking, you know, I'm not sure if this person should be nominated, but I like them and, you know, I think they have a lot to offer, but I'm not sure if they would meet that criteria. They just need to nominate them and let there's a process that y'all review, right?
Yes, we actually have some seasoned professionals, people you would know out in our community, Larry Beaulieu, Shelley Vitanza, some CEOs at some large companies, Tim Sedella, who sit on a board,
Right.
and they actually do the vetting. So we had last year about 120, nominations for this 40. So the pool is not slimming. We have young professionals in the area that are doing it and doing it great. And so we would love to have each and every one of you submit someone. You can go to bmtcoc.org or you can go to setxypo.org. Either one of those websites will lead you to that nomination page. Our social media, you can find it there as well.
I think 9 years ago, they struggled to get 40 nominations, right? And it's amazing to see the growth that we have over 200 members in Southeast Texas Young Professionals now. And so when you are selected as the 40 under 40, you're in a very tight group that had over 100 applicants last year.
That is awesome. And now y'all have got alumni that some of them are no longer qualified for nomination, but that also is a network for y'all to be able to connect with.
Yeah, they stick around as mentors. You know, the group that I'm in right now with 40 under 40 is going to move on and become the decision makers. They're going to be the managers and the CEOs and the CFOs and presidents of companies
Right.
whenever we age out.
Right. Well, and folks, this is a great opportunity, and I know the chamber. I appreciate their encouragement, and YPO. What a neat organization to get to be a part of. And now those are separate. Can you be a part of YPO without being 40 under 40?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like I said, we have over 200 members that meet up for after-hours networking events, happy hours, holiday parties, monthly luncheons, breakfast with the boss events. And so definitely one of the perks of winning 40 under 40 is that you get a free year membership.
Well, so if you're not sure if you'd qualify for nomination, you get nominated, you don't, but you could still look at the Southeast Texas YPO.
Yes, so YPO is the organization that hosts the event, which is 40 under 40. So that's an event to recognize those 40 individuals, but the base of the organization is YPO, and YPO is a division of the Beaumont Chamber.
So, folks, you can get more information at the Beaumont Chamber website also. And these are all linked on my website, roywestteam.com. And there'll be links in our social media. We'll make sure that those are available because, folks, it's really important. The relationships you build today are certainly going to affect your life tomorrow, and hopefully in a positive way. And when you get connected with the right groups, that's certainly the case. Folks, we got lots more. I'm looking at Elaine Schellenberger and Crystal Petrie. They are here with